Hello and welcome to today's new day, which means there is new Lego sets added to the Lego website and of course a new giveaway purchase as well. But I'm a little bit late to the party in this. I've been very busy putting together all the different Legoland videos, but now it's time to play catch up on the Lego website. So before we get tucked in to the brand new Lord of the Rings and compare it to what would look best, how you're going to display it, because that's what I want to find out from you. How will you be displaying your new Lord of the Rings set? If you ever get one, are you going to put it with the Rivendell? Are you going to put it with Dungeons and Dragons? We'll go over that later on in the video. But for now, I want to start off with the current giveaway purchase, which actually has nothing to do whatsoever with the Lord of the Rings giveaway, because this will run out. Now, this ends on the 26th. This is being filmed on the 19th. It has 239 pieces. It is a 6+ set, and it is a sweet little thing. Now, if we can actually get better details and better pictures on this, this is what it looks like. So it comes in at their value about $17.99, and obviously there's loads of these online at the moment, but it is a really nice, bright, vibrant little thing, and it has a half decent price point of £90 or over, which is basically quite a lot of the Lego Space sets. Now, with regards to this, you can see it is a really nice purple box artwork. Item number 40687, if you're trying to find any of these online, and you can see it comes with these two nice little minifigures just here, and you've got little drinks and everything just on there. And then you've got the nice little alien on the front of the box. I do believe that's holding a microphone for whatever reason, but you have also got the burger, and then you've got the little whisk and everything just up at the top. You've got the space rocket up at the top there, and then you've got the counter. You've got a little blender, so potentially bananas, mango, whatever it is that you want in there. Then you've got the little menu just on top. So it is a smart-looking little thing. And if we go to here, you can see it a little bit better with the white background with regards to the menu and what is in there supposed to be. Potentially some bits and pieces in the drawers as well. And then you've got this nice two-tone teal. Now, going by the box artwork, this thing here does spin, and you have got room for both of the minifigures to sit down on. And again, that is what those minifigures look like with the bright teal with the black. Now, potentially, this would go quite well with the new space rocket. So if we just quickly have a look at that, because this is on pre-order, I do believe. Oh, no, it's out. Talking nonsense. So this is now out for £219. Told you, miles behind. I've only just got back into the country recently, and I am still all over the place. Now, this thing does look very good indeed. It's item number 10341, and it's 3,601 pieces. So if, for whatever reason, you got this, you would easily get the Alien Space Diner. But there is a set on pre-order, which potentially that giveaway will go to before we tuck into the Lord of the Rings. Is it the robot coaster, I think? Yes, so potentially, because this is available for pre-order, if you pre-ordered this item, you would get the giveaway purchase. But then if they have a different giveaway purchase coming out on the 1st, well, then you can wait until the 1st. It's always a risk with these giveaways, but potentially the Alien Space Diner would work with this very nicely, and it is available for pre-order now. Now, going by what we've learned with the Lego website, the stuff that is unavailable for pre-order means it will be going to local toy shops as well. So just bear that in mind. So now, well, let's get tucked in to the big sets. So this is what this is all about. This monstrosity of a thing just here, coming in at £399. It is the brand new Lego Icons set under the Lord of the Rings banner. It is item number 10333, 5,471 pieces. And the first thing I thought of when I saw this, it just reminded me of the Lego Batman movie, like it did with a lot of other people, because that is the key thing that we saw in the Lego Batman movie. And that is all the knowledge I have from this. I have absolutely no idea about anything regarding the film, because I've never seen the film, nor have I ever seen this in person. I've been told it is absolutely spot on, and I know people really like it. But for me, the first thing I thought of when I saw this photo is, if you took the eyeball away, it is just a dark version of a Disney castle, because it's really hard to see all of the detail and the texturing underneath. So we will be having a quick look at this, And then as we're going through this, are you on the fence with this set? Do you want to pick it up? But more importantly, how are you going to display yours? Are you going to do it as a standalone display? Are you going to put it with some of the other Lord of the Rings set? Do you have the Rivendell set? And then I will grab on the Lego website some of the bigger sets as well. I'll have a very, very quick look at the Dungeons and Dragons, the castle, and some of the other sets potentially that it can work with. But I just think first time I saw it, it is a dark version of a Disney castle mixed in with Harry Potter and Apocalypseburg as well, because I don't know anything about this set and I don't think the photos do it justice. Now, it is one of those questions where I'm going to get this in early. As a collector, for something at this price point, is this a display piece or a playset? Because from the front, it will just sit on the shelf like the Disney Castle, and it will just look nice. You'll be able to get the minifigures around it, which you'll be having a look at, and all that kind of thing. Or are you for this, which is all about the display? Now, don't get me wrong, the inside of this, which I've had a very, very quick look at this, does look good, but do you want it? So that's something else that we've got to discuss as we're going through. I think this would have made a perfect live, and I am going to get back on the live train sooner rather than later once I've caught up with all of my Legoland content videos. And don't forget to check out the Global Life Travels channel as well for all of the other theme park news and all the other bits and pieces that I've just gone to in Singapore, Malaysia, and all those kind of things. But I've just got back into the country. But let's take a look and see exactly what's what. So I think we might as well just go from the top picture and all the way through. So you have got the rather large shaft just on the inside. Now, obviously, the eye is very, very accurate on this. I only know it from the Batman movie, and it's fantastic. So potentially, as a bit of a running gag, I could actually put this in the DC section with the Batman Shadow Box, or have Superman running all over it and just do it as a complete crossover if I wanted to, because it would work perfectly fine on that. Or you could obviously make much more of a serious display with regards to having a proper Rivendell battle, putting it in with the other Lord of the Rings bits and pieces. It's just up for discussion, isn't it? Now, the only thing is, if you are brand new to collecting Lego, so this, I know there's a few of you now that are going to be jumping in on this set potentially for the first ever time. Just be careful with the bite-sized chunks in the bags. Now, apparently it's in paper, and that's fine. The pieces might get stuck into the paper if it's anything like the CMF minifigures that we get in the magazines now, so just be careful of that. But you will go blind looking for the same colour of the same pieces, because obviously up at the top, it's broken up with a little bit of tan. You've got the nice orange, and you've obviously got the eyeball in the middle. The shaft has lots and lots of detail on it, but from the farther afield, you can't really see it whatsoever. But if we really zoom in, you can see all of the different bits and pieces on there. So you've got lots of different clips, which means there's lots of different bits and pieces you could potentially knock off. And it's not until we get to this grey bit here where it starts to break up with the colour. Now, if you do look and see all the orange and all the flames and everything, there's quite a lot of detail on this. But I think, again, the first look images on the Lego website just don't do it justice. It's a bit like the Rivendell, to be honest. That did look good in the photos, and then it's breathtaking in person. So I'm assuming that this is going to be the same thing. Now, when this gets released on the 1st, that is going to be a Monday, which means it might be a little bit awkward for people to go to store, because unless you're going to be taking the day off to get it, it's going to be a little bit of a shame, but if I remember rightly, the Rivendell set came out on a Saturday. So it always makes a big difference when the date falls. Now, again, you can see if you're going from the bottom, you do have a fair bit of detail and a good bit of layering. So with regards to this layering, how you've got all of the yellow on here, and then you've got what looks like they've double clipped the yellow on and over the base plates, which could be a right pain in the backside if you wanted to butt up a base plate. So you've just got to be careful with regards to how you're going to put a display around the bottom of it. But again, all the layering and all the texture and all the different use of the different colours on here, I think that'll break it up nicely. And then when we start to look at the back of this set, hopefully it is a slightly different colour, because I built the Colosseum and you do go tan blind, but at the same time, the result is fantastic. A lot of people said the Eiffel Tower was just very repetitive, and obviously it's just the same colour, but it's got to be because that is the type of building. So you've just got to look at the end result, because potentially the build on this might not be the best, but look at it. So that is what you're going to be getting. If that's what you want, I think you're going to be well away. But we are only one photo in, so let's get straight into the box. Now, the box itself does give the dimensions on the front of the box at last. Thank you, Lego. I've been saying this for ages. Finding the dimensions when they have it on the side of the box, you can't. It's a nightmare because you just want to see how big it is, especially for this and fitting it on a shelf. But it is 45 centimeters in girth, or 17.5 inches. Now, I'm hoping that that is also including the overhang of the studs. Now, it also has a light brick on the back, which you need to take into consideration if you're going to be putting it flush in your display, and it is 83 centimeters or 32.5 inches tall. Now, this is one of those sets that if you have it on one of those spinning displays, I think it would look very, very good as well. If you can light this thing up, I think it would look very, very good as well. If you have it going on a darker Kallax, so either the brown Kallaxes you get or the black ones, might be a little bit tricky. The orange will pop, but you're going to have to get the lighting correct because you're going to lose all of the other colour. Now, let's just go through all the nitty gritty. So it's 39999, item number 10333. You get 3,200 points. Remember, every 800 points, £5. 5,471 pieces, and it is coming in at the 18 plus range. Now, it does say coming soon on the 4th, which is going to be the Thursday, I do believe, but you do get early access on the 1st if you are an insider. Just become one, it's free, and you get free stuff. You can't moan at that. And again, you will get the giveaway purchases with you being an insider. I think you have to be an insider to get the giveaway, potentially. So correct me in the comments if I am wrong with that. Now, moving down, we'll just go straight in at the bottom. So you have all these different rooms. Is this wasted space for you? And is it going to be a bit difficult to have it flush at the back? Because obviously if you're counting the studs just down here, you've got to be careful of all of these little overhangs here. So you've got one there, which could be a bit of a problem. You've got a little bit of texture just at the back. Don't get me wrong, the detail, it adds to it. But if it's not a complete flush back and you're tight for space, this kind of thing gets difficult quickly. Now, the nice thing is it is a complete flat back with regards to this. So you don't have to worry about the curve and anything sticking out on the sides, like, for example, the Disney Castle, because you think you got it perfect and then it's just a little bit tight getting it all displayed. Bottom left, you've obviously got the lava, so potentially you could have the lava coming out the front and carrying on. You've got some weaponry-based bits. I think that's where the door is. And then you've got what looks like a forge just on the inside. Like I said, I know nothing about this whatsoever. And then on the next level, you've got where the minifigures can go, but I don't know if you can get access to it from the front. So if you can't get access to it from the front and you can't see it from the front, that is just going to be a right pain in the backside, especially if you're just displaying it, which means you're then not going to be able to put any minifigures in it because you want to see the figures. If you had a removable panel, I don't know if you do. If you do have a removable panel and you can see in the front, then that would be great. But if it is just all open back for play, do you really want to be moving around a set of this magnitude, which potentially might be unstable, and then you're just going to be breaking it around? Because for me, I would just want to place it, display it, and make a nice display piece out of it. I would never want to buy a set for this amount of money to then just continuously play around with it and do different bits and pieces with it. Don't get me wrong, it's nice for photos, but you're only going to take them once, and then you wouldn't potentially want to breathe on some of the bits and pieces. But again, the detail around here, so you've got these bits and pieces just up on there, so I don't know if that's a door that's just been opened. You've got the flames just on here, you've got all this nice little texture just up on there. The designers obviously done a fantastic job with regards to all the different colouring on the back, but you can see how, for a change, the grey actually breaks it up and it actually makes all the other colours pop, which is quite nice. Then you've got the other black shaft just on here with regards to the orange. This bit looks very, very dark. I don't know what bit this is supposed to be. Obviously, you've got the red emblem just on the inside, but without the right lighting, it might be another shadow box scenario, because if they haven't got the grills on the side and it doesn't let any natural light in through the side, you're not really going to be able to see that unless you have a smaller light brick in there or something else. Because we didn't know about this with the Batman shadow box, and I've got it, I built it, and it's so airy with all of the grills up at the top, it just makes it a really, really nice display bit. Now, moving on to the next bit, you've got this big curvature bit. This is the Harry Potter-esque bit for me with the tower, and this got the different stairs. And It does look like you've got quite a lot of stickers. Not I care, I don't mind about stickers whatsoever. I know for some people it infuriates people, but then at the same time, what would you want? Would you want less pieces, more prints, and the same price, or more pieces, stickers, same price? So you can't have everything. Now the sticker sheets themselves, I would imagine they'd be easy enough to use. By the looks of it, they look like they are going to be quite big curve round stickers, so you're going to have to be careful with that with a couple of these. You might find you have one or two odd prints on there, but it looks smart enough. And then this. Now, again, the light brick. They have obviously can only put it in one place. I personally might spin mine round if I ever got this and have it at the front, if I could. Because don't forget how these light bricks work, is it's going to light it up from the bottom of the eye. So it's not projecting through the eye because the brick's directly underneath it. It's just going to project around the eye and give that sort of illusion of doing whatever it's supposed to do. The only thing I know it does, it shoots something out of his eyeball in the Batman movie. I have no idea if that is actually Lord of the Rings canon or not, but we'll say it is for the sake of argument of Batman. But because the button's right around the back and it's going to be very, very tall and you've got it on a shelf, are you ever going to be able to use it? I'm just thinking for collectors that are going to be putting these up on much, much taller displays rather than having it on a table. That is quite an awkward place to push a button, but at the same time, I do understand why it's there. So it's just take it with a pinch of salt. Now, it does look like you can obviously take these layers off. And the nice thing with this is if with the layer off, you can get some nice photos on the inside. So if the back is what you're really looking forward to and actually getting the minifigures in there and doing a lot of photography, now this is where the set is going to be perfect for you because you can just in there and get some aerial photos. Now, it does look like you've got a lot of Technic pieces going across the top here. You've got all of the different gearing, and then obviously the chain looks like it goes up and down. I'm assuming to go into the lava that might be coming out from the front. So there is a lot of detail going on with that one. Now, moving on to the next level. Again, it's all nice and open when it all comes off. These things, again, I'm guessing that that is now the other side because that side's open, whereas it was the other side that was open. A lot of bones, a lot of chicken legs. You've got a bit of booze, I do believe, with some green splodges on there. So whatever they're drinking looks like it's radioactive. And then we have got other little bits of food, and obviously you got the kitchen and everything just in there. So looks smart. It does look smart. You can do a lot to it. It's a very, very good base if you wanted to add more to it. And this is the next bit. Now this, I'm not too sure what that's for. Because that sticks out by a couple of studs. And I don't know the reasoning for it. Now, I'm sure it serves a purpose, but like I said, going into this blind, I don't know anything about it. Don't know what connects to it, but if you have a shelf which is exactly the correct amount of stud depth, and that is in the way, you might just have to replace that with a plate rather than just the two studs rather than that, so you can actually get it on your display, because I don't know what that bit will be for. Sure, it serves a purpose, but I have no idea. Now, moving up the shaft, again, you've got all the nice detail on the side, because again, it's been split up with the grey at the back. It should be interesting with regards to, I'm assuming it's going to be a grey internal frame. And then you've got multiple pieces of the same where you're just going to click them down and all the details are going to come together very, very quickly. But again, here, they've got the light brick at the angle because it was, I'm sure that light brick was just flush a second ago. Let's have a, yeah. So they've got the light brick there underneath the eye because that light brick is 6 studs. But that picture, they've got it completely different and set back. It's not even close. That isn't an optical illusion. I'm sure that's not an optical illusion. I can't be going that mad. It looked like this piece here was directly over the light brick because that now means you push that button and it will shine through the back of the eye, and that now will actually stick out quite a bit. But make up your own mind. Is the render in a different position, or am I going completely mental? Because it's been a very, very long day today, but to me, that's probably how it's supposed to be, because it's going to be shooting through the eye to actually do a projecting eyeball. Whereas this bit just looks like, no, I'm sorry, I am I am saying that is underneath the eye on that. They're not even close to be the same. So if you have seen an official videos, I haven't, let me know in the comment section where that light brick is placed. Because if it's placed like that, you could potentially just spin it around and have it going the other way. Obviously, if it's supposed to be going through the eye and not just lighting the eyeball up, then it's not going to work because it's going to be lighting up. Well, it could potentially work. It'll just be going the other way on your display. And then that is the front where it has the darker orange, and then you've got the nice little pieces just there. So again, really nice detail just on the inside of that eyeball. And don't forget, they did give us the Easter egg in the Rivendell, and of course the Dungeons and Dragons. And then that's a little bit more of the bottom, so you've got the little bit of layering and texturing. So you can add more to that if you want to, or you can just keep it exactly the same. It does look very, very effective going across the bottom, but again, you just can't see that much because I don't think the photos do it justice because it's not lit up well enough. So I'm sure when it's in person, there's loads and loads of detail on there, just like the shadow box. Because I said the Batman shadow box put me off on the Lego website. I saw it in person and then bought it, built it, and it is the most detailed thing I have ever built. Like it's just incredible. So I know it's difficult to take photos of certain sets, but it is what it is. Now I know a lot of people have sort of slagged Gollum off because they don't really like the look of Gollum whatsoever, and I am pretty sure this is the same figure that you get in the Rivendell as well. So potentially these two might be a reuse. They've definitely got the same face because I know that one has the same two face when he holds on to the ring. Now, moving on to these. Now, these are obviously what people want. I don't know anything about these, but I would imagine people want to army build them, and those teeth look insane. I can't deny the fact that these minifigures look brilliant. Forget the building. These minifigures look fantastic, especially these two in the middle. And then you've got these green looking things, which I don't know, they probably serve some sort of important purpose. But as it stands right now, I couldn't care less because I don't know who they are whatsoever. And then you've got the next crew. So I'm guessing they're all the same. They have got slightly different mouth gaps, different teeth layout, different colours as well, which is great. So they haven't just used the same sort of face expression with the same colour on, or different colour on, shall I say. Same trousers for those two, obviously two completely different torsos. That is a complete standalone as well. You know these minifigures, if somebody parts this set out, will go for quite a lot of money. Now, on the back, what have we got? Ah, hang on. What is that? Stop it. Opens the doors up. So you can't take that piece off. Don't take the piece off because it's not an actual clip. I'm assuming it's a wheel. Or is it a pull-out pin? It's got to be something technic built. It's got to be because obviously these doors open up and it reveals this next room, which we haven't seen a photo of. And then you've got the doors on the inside that also open up as well. And then it splits into one, two, three, four different sections. And then that is just the other photos that we've seen. And that is the light brick at whatever angle. It's whatever angle that's going to be. I'm not going to carry on about that. That just doesn't. I don't know about that one. Now the other photos. So that is that. That is that. Spider. If you're scared of spiders, you got obviously got little bits and pieces, little nooks and crannies, which you're not going to use if it's pinned against your wall really high up. So if you didn't want to pay for that amount of money and you didn't want those pieces of no use to you, it is what it is. You've got to pay for it, and then you might not want to build it, you might not want to see it, or you want it and you want to display it. That's what this video is all about. What do you think of it? And what are you going to display it with? Now, what do we think this will pair up nicely with? So obviously this set is huge, it's tall, it works very, very well. Do we think it will go with the Dungeons and Dragons? So will this work with this? Will this really bright, vibrant colour with a big dragon and everything work close by it? I think it will. Obviously, it's a lot of money, but I think it will look very, very good. And just having it all within like a mythical section as well, I think it will work quite nicely. Close by, not directly beside each other, potentially. Obviously the other thing, because I know it is Lord of the Rings, but does it work? Do they go side by side? I know they're both Lord of the Rings sets, but are they supposed to go side by side? Or would you have these as two completely standalone displays, either end of your display? Do you have them side by side? Do you have them in front of each other? If you've already got this and you're looking forward to the next one, because I've got this set and it is stunning, absolutely stunning. And it is honestly, if you're sat on the fence about this, out the two, I think this looks better, but I haven't seen the other one built. But there's not many sets where I have gone in completely blind, not even paid any attention to the film until I got told to watch it like 72 hours before the set came out because of Jay's Toy Collection UK. And I just like the set, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful looking thing. But the minifigure, so I'm clicking on this because there's lots and lots of figures on this. You get a lot more minifigures on it. Now, is that the same outfit but just without the cape? And that does have the other face that he holds. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if they are the same outfits with the different cape, or the other figure that goes with this one is not included within this set. But you guys and girls have to do a little bit of research into that and just let me know. Now, obviously, this has more pieces, this has more minifigures, and this has a higher price point of 429. So again, the other one is slightly cheaper, but it's got less bricks. This is 6,167. The other one is, well, it's high, but it's not in the nowhere near the 6,000. It's 5 something, isn't it, for this one? Yeah, 5,4. So quite a lot less pieces for 20 odd quid. So this has clearly had a price increase. So this now is a lot of money, but at the same time, you guys and girls are doing price to part ratio. You'll be thinking it's a great price, but then don't forget it will have lots and lots of teeny tiny pieces as well, and not as many minifigures, but I think the value might be in the figures. So we will see how that goes. Now, if I was doing this live, I'd be asking you, what else would this go with? But we've got the Lord of the Rings, we've got the Dungeons and Dragons. Now, obviously, the other big thing that it could go with is the castle. There it is. So potentially, you could have a castle, you could have it all close by each other. You could mix and match all of those together. Obviously, every single set is very, very expensive. Now, this is 344 at 4,500 bricks. So 22 minifigures though, they're all over the place with their pricing at the moment. So it's not my forte. I'm not gonna turn this video into that kind of thing. Now there are other Lord of the Rings sets that have just come out, or they'll be coming out, which are the Brickheads. But do you want other Lord of the Rings sets? Let me know in that comment section below. Simple yes or no. You would like some smaller sets to go with the bigger sets, or no, because you're just looking at those two sets. I can't zoom. I can. Those two sets now, one on the left, one on the right. If I could take those two middle out the way, that would be absolutely brilliant. In fact, can I? Can we pair them up side by side? Yes, brilliant. So if we were to have those two side by side, do they work together as a display? Would you have each land or each zone, and would you connect it with water, and would you collect it with lava, and would you make a really nice display, or would you just put them somewhere else? Would you like a comparison video of the two? Because like I said, I've got the Rivendell. I did get that day one. I actually have no intention of getting this yet, unless I end up having to do a joint live build potentially with a certain YouTuber, not to be named at the moment, but he will be tagged in the description along with the Global Life Travels channel as well. But that's it. I think we've covered all the bases. It was only going to be a super short video. I just want your opinion on what do you think this set is like. I, as it stands at the moment, are actually more intrigued with what giveaway is going to come with it, and also what are the giveaways going to come out on the day, because that will make a big difference with regards to this price point. Because if you're going to be getting a really nice giveaway and it is going to be confirmed that it comes with more minifigures and it's quite a big thing, brilliant. Because the Lord of the Rings came with a brickhead, which I could not have cared less about whatsoever, because there's no way a brickhead works with the Rivendell set. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to receive free gifts, but I would much prefer an exclusive gift to the set to extend the set and make it bigger, rather than just having a random brickhead, which they do tend to do from time to time because I have had now 2 brickhead packs, because the last brickhead I also got was with the Diagonal Alley Harry Potter stuff, which doesn't fit with anything. So what are we going to get when this is actually finally confirmed with regards to the giveaway, and what other giveaway are you going to get? Because then you can start taking the price point of 2 giveaways off from this potentially, and then that will really start eating into the price, which is fantastic. Then you use your points, it knocks that down even more, and then you get all the points back, and then it is what it is. But let me know your thoughts. What are you going to do with yours? Are you even going to get it? Do you even care that it's come out? I know there's a massive hype from a certain group of people, and I know other people could not care less because there is so many other Lego sets coming out. But with that being said, that is it, and I am done. So if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one. Ta-da.